Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 2 of our mini playthrough of Mystery Case Files Huntsville. So let's go ahead and get started. We're on case 5, The Way to a Man's Heart. Mrs. Larson, curator of the Huntsville Art Museum, suspects her husband Bill of marital infidelity. She needs your help uncovering clues left behind at suspected rendezvous points, including Alice's Diner and the Captain's Inn. When enough evidence is collected, use the crime computer to unravel the mystery of Bill's nightly absences. So let's go ahead and get started in Alice's Diner. We have 17 minutes to do this one, so we need a fishing rod, a ladybug, a phone handset, a pencil, a woman's profile, open scissors, a nutcracker and a screw. We just got one of those there, got the woman's profile. There's the screw. Again, I'm not really comfortable with Alice's Diner in terms of, I've said it in the previous episode, some of these locations I'm really good at remembering where everything is. Some of them I'm not so good, and I do struggle in Alice's Diner. But I do love this game. Like I say, the first in the Mystery Case Files series. If you haven't watched the previous episode, like I say, this is episode 2, so please go ahead and check the previous episode out if you would like to. The later Mystery Case Files games definitely have more going on with them. So at one point, hopefully, we will get to those games as well. So we're still looking for the fishing rod, the phone handset and the nutcracker. I can see the fishing rod and the phone handset while I'm looking at this. Obviously I record these episodes and then I voice over them afterward. There's the phone handset. So it's a lot of fun to see what I missed as I am sort of recording over. So let's go to Ivan's Cafe. We need a crab, a scepter, a parking meter, a handbag, a wood plane, feathers, a school bus and a leather wallet. So there's the scepter. I like Ivan's Cafe. There's the satchel. That's the wood plane. There's the school bus. There's the feathers. Like I say, I feel like I know where most things are in Ivan's Cafe. There's the parking meter. So we're just looking for a crab and a leather wallet. And again, hopefully you're playing along at home. I know this isn't the most engaging thing to watch. We've found the leather wallet, just the crab now. So hopefully you can play along at home. I just find this game really fun and I wanted to record it. So here we are. So there we go. We have all of the items from Ivan's Cafe. So where are we going next? We're going to go to the clock shop, Ty's Clock Shop. And we need a crown, a doggy clock, a traffic light, an orange, a flaky clock, does that say? A fishy clock, 2 melted clocks, a bulldog and a banana. I thought it said a flaky clock, it says a fishy clock. And again, I'm fairly confident in here. So we managed to go through this one fairly quickly. So just looking for the banana now. And I can see it as I am recording. Let's see how long it took me to find it. Again, if you see the mouse shaking like that, that is because I did say this in the previous episode, I do have recording software obviously to record this, and the little place where it tells me it's recording can get in the way, so I have to manually move it and manually put it back. It's in the top right hand corner, so I have to move it on occasion. Obviously you can't see that here, so I promise I'm not cheating. That's what's happening when the mouse goes funny. So let's go to Captain's Inn. We need 5 frogs, my old nemesis, an old key, a tire iron, an ear, 4-leaf clover, a snake, a totem and 3 fans. So if I haven't said before, one of my phobias is frogs, and I hate that they're in every single game that I play. I just hate that so much. We can see another bunny on the screen here. I don't know if I pointed it out in the previous episode. I probably did. But it's my personal challenge to find all the bunnies, which makes me feel better after having to find all the frogs. But you can see a little bunny statue just under the Captain's Inn sign there, which is irrelevant because we don't need it right now. So we do have, over the course of these mini playthrough episodes, a couple of misclick issues where I am definitely clicking on the item. You have to be so precise and it will not register that I'm clicking on the item. That does happen, but bear in mind this is an older game, so things like that are bound to happen. So we're still looking for 1 frog, 1 key, a tire iron and a 4-leaf clover. I wish I didn't have to look for a frog, but there you go. There are people out there where a frog is their favourite animal. I'd like to have a word with them. Well, it's better than toads, I suppose. So just to keep these episodes a little shorter as well, you know what happens when I have done this. So after I have completed finding all the hidden objects, there is the little puzzle section. I am going to be putting the puzzle section on ×2 speed, maybe even ×3 speed, just so we can get through this a little bit quicker. So I hope you don't mind that. These sections I'm going to leave at the normal speed, so you can see there's no cheating, etc, etc. But for the puzzle sections, I will put them on ×2 speed. So I'm having a little bit of trouble here on the captain's inn. It's taking a long time to find these items. So do we stay here or do we move on? Let's find out. And again, hopefully you are playing along at home. Let's see if I can play while we wait. So there is the 4-leaf clover. And I decide to move on. So let's go into Rudy's barbershop. So we need a violin, a hobby horse, a typewriter, a ball of string, a bell, a banana, a billiard ball and a knife. And we've already found a few things, wonderful. So don't forget we also have 3 hints per case. So for the sake of time, we typically do tend to utilise those. But if you wanted to play without using hints, then that's obviously entirely your choice. I do tend to use them for this playthrough, just for the sake of time, like I say. Because I don't want these episodes to run too long. So we have just under 10 minutes to go. We had 17 minutes to do this case. So we're not doing terribly. We still have 6 items to find. So we're just looking for a banana and a knife. I just found the banana, so just a knife to go. As a side note, I really do like the music in this game as well. It just gives me a lot of nostalgia. As I said in episode 1, I used to play these games when I was little. I used to play them with my mother, actually. And she's definitely better at hidden objects than me, I would say. So we're still looking for this darn knife. And to be fair, as I am narrating this gameplay, I can't see it either. So we are going to move back to Alice's Diner, where we still need... No, we're not. We're moving to the Captain's Inn, sorry, where we need 1 frog, an old key and a tire iron. But we are cutting it a little bit fine for time, because of course you do have to do the puzzle during this time as well. So I have a sneaking feeling that case 5 is going to be down to the wire. But let's see. So I'm clicking the normal iron, thinking that could be a tire iron. At this point in time, I'd actually forgot what a tire iron looked like, but I do believe it is that giant golf club near the left, near the palm tree. I totally forgot what a tire iron was, what I was actually looking for. But as I'm narrating, I think it is the golf club. But you never know, maybe I am wrong there. I'm frantically clicking all sorts at this point. Nope, we can't find any, so let's move on to Alice's Diner, where we are looking for a fishing rod and a nutcracker. So, random thing while we're doing this, I've never actually used a nutcracker, funny enough. So there is the fishing rod. So we still need 4 more items to solve the crime. Once we have found one of them, we can go ahead and use hints, which I think is a good idea, seeing as we are getting very close to time now. Just under 7 minutes to go. So once again, I do apologise if this is boring. I suspect you won't be watching it if you're bored of it. So that's good, I suppose. I just thought, even though I do believe the later Mystery Case Files games are better for the most part, we'll get there when we get there, I do think it was important to start at the beginning, so that's exactly what we've done. It will be very interesting to see the progression of these games as we go along as well. But of course that is going to take a fair while. So, no, we're going to leave again, and we're going to go to the Captain's Inn again, because we still need, again, 1 frog, an old key and a tyre iron. So hopefully I work out that the tyre iron is the golf club, in which case we can use the hints. Just under 6 minutes to go here. So is this the closest we've been to failing? Will we actually fail? Because you can fail the cases, of course, if you run out of time. Is this going to be the first one in our playthrough that we actually fail? We'll have to wait and see. And to be honest, as I'm narrating this, I'm struggling to see the frog and the old key as well, to be fair. So hopefully you've got them at home. But I imagine past me was panicking right about now, trying to figure out where these things were. And I'm sat here now like, press the golf club. But what did we find? We found the old key. So we are now going to use... It wasn't even the golf club. Oh my goodness. I do know what a tyre iron is now I've seen it. So we are now going to use the hints, and good work, we've found all the clues. This bit will now... Oh, hang on, no, we still need 1 more clue. So let's get a hint for the knife. So the next section will be in ×3 speed. I hope you don't mind that. You have seen how this works in episode 1 though. And we have a rather charming image here of a larger man. This is Bill, who, don't forget, his wife suspects is cheating on him. I suspect he's not, if I'm honest. But we shall see. And again, note on his back, he has a tattoo. And if you've been paying attention, you may have seen that symbol a few times already. So again, I hope you don't mind that this is in ×3 speed. It just helps to, for lack of a better word, speed the episode along. If you've been watching some of my other series, you'll be used to this. And we are right down to the wire if you look at the time in the top right-hand corner there. So with 1 minute 39 left, we have solved the case. Amazing detective work, Agent Ember. You have pieced together a surveillance photo of Bill Larson in a passionate embrace with a chicken breast sandwich. I couldn't read that then. Mr. Larson obviously has an eating problem, but his wife will be grateful to be informed he is abiding his vows. So presumably he is breaking in to eat at night. Your investigative aptitude has confirmed your new detective ranking of Bird Dog. Fair enough. Click below to receive your next assignment or mission. So we're moving straight on to case number 6, Scam Artist. Visiting art historians have recently discovered that several masterpieces housed within the Huntsville Art Museum are faked. Town citizens are outraged and need your help exposing the pretend Picasso. Scour the bookstore, fire station, art museum and other crime scenes for clues. Bring clues to the crime computer for analysis and find the duplicitous scoundrel who is responsible for these fraudulent fakes. I couldn't read that again. And we have 17 minutes again to do this one. So where are we going first? Looks like we're going to the bookstore. So we need to find a lyre, 2 old records, an owl, an eye, a sun, a snake, a ship and a grasshopper. Again, I quite like the bookstore. So we'll see how we get on here. So we're doing fairly well in the beginning. I tend to do pretty well at the start and then peter out a little bit by the end. So we still need an owl, an eye and a snake. And again, hopefully you are playing along at home. So just the eye to find now. And there it is on the chair. So we have completed the bookstore. So where are we going next? It looks like we are going to Huntsville Fire Station. I don't like this one at all. So we need buildings on fire, 3 wrenches, shells, grapefruit, spider, 3 frogs, horseshoe and 3 axes. Of course it's frogs again. Of course it is. So even though I don't like this one, we seem to be doing fairly well, fairly decently. So I can see one of the axes at the moment. Again, I am playing along as I am voiceovering this. I can see all the axes actually. And there we go. So we are just looking for 3 wrenches now. 2 more. I feel like this is where we could slip in terms of timing, because I feel like we did that fairly quickly. So we are just looking for 1 more wrench. And we got it. So actually, yeah, we did the fire station really quick that time. So we've got everything there. Let's head on to Alice's Diner, where we need 3 whisks, 2 matches, a jar lid, 3 eggs, 4 balls, pizza cutter, pencil, and open scissors. So again, I am not that great in Alice's Diner, so we will see how I do. From memory, I think jar lid is the one that's quite difficult. Or at least that's the one I find quite difficult. The 3 whisks are not too bad at all when you realise where they're all located. Here we go, we're about to do those now. They're all pretty much in the same place, so that's great. So we're looking for a jar lid, 3 eggs and 4 balls, which could be anything, let's be honest. Including a marble. So I feel like at the moment we're doing really good for time on this one, but that can change in an instant, as you know. So we still need the jar lid, 1 egg and 1 ball. Again, hopefully you are playing along at home. So it turned out to be a billiard ball or a snooker ball there. So still that jar lid and egg. Have you found them? So it turns out for the egg, it was the word egg. Very sneaky there. So we are going to move on for now to Greg's Toyland, where we need an aeroplane, a bug robot, 8 cowboys, a bowler, 2 gas pumps, a pear, a chair and a television. And I can't remember if we've been to Greg's Toyland before in this series. Obviously, it's going to be harder for me as we go on to remember which locations we've visited and which we haven't, so please bear with me on that. But this is probably one of my favourite locations in the game. So I was clearly trying to click the helicopter for aeroplane. That's not going to work. And I can see lots that I'm missing as I'm narrating over this. So we still need an aeroplane, a bug robot, 2 cowboys, 1 gas pump and a television. Just swiftly change to 1 cowboy, who I can see. I am looking at him as I'm narrating. There's the aeroplane, not the helicopter, as you can tell. So just a bug robot to go. And we have done here in Greg's Toyland. We still need 8 items. So where are we going next? The art museum. So we need a dagger, a dinosaur, a chain, a turtle, an arrow, a pineapple, 4 seashells and a camera. And seeing as this case is focused on the art museum, I am going to go out on a limb and say we haven't been here before in this series. And as I say, I haven't played this game in a long time. So it's not as if I have an advantage knowing where everything is, because I totally forgot. So I believe we had 17 minutes to do this case as well, if I'm right. We still have 10 minutes 40. So I don't think we're doing bad for timing at all, because we only need to find 4 more items. And once we've found one, we can of course use a hint if we want to. We can use 3 hints. And again, perhaps we will do that for the sake of time. So I can see the arrow clear as day. I can also see the pineapple. Again, watching past me can be a little cringy at times. There's the arrow. So we still need a chain, a pineapple and 2 seashells. And we can now officially use the hints at any time if we would like to. But no, we did find a seashell on our own. And the other one. And we also found the pineapple. So we need 1 item and we have 1 hint. Do we do it without the hints? We do. We do it without using any hints. So this bit, of course, is going to be ×3 speed again. And here is where we are going to unmask our art forger. So you can see they have dressed him as a very typical artist. He does also have a symbol on his wheel there next to him. So again, I hope you don't mind this being in ×3 speed. But I do want to keep these episodes as short as possible. They are bound to be longer episodes anyway, so I hope you don't mind that. But I'm sure there are people out there that could do this much faster than me. And with that, busted. Exceptional Examining Agent Ember. Your investigational aptitude has revealed the identity of the forger as art enthusiast Guilty Agel. Gil has been replacing the real art with his forgeries so he can sell them online. Oh well, there you go. Suspect appears to have a curious emblem on his smock. It was on his smock, I thought it was on the wheel. Your observant know-how has afforded you the new detective ranking of Spotter. Fair enough. So let's move on to case number 7 now. Oh my god, I just realised it says Guilty as L. It's a Z, not a G. Okay, I got it now. So, moving on to case 7, Nerdy Nuisance. The once easygoing citizens of Huntsville are dismayed to find that someone has been surreptitiously entering their email accounts and pouring through their private correspondence. Acquire clues at the cafe, diner, pawn shop, captain's inn, science museum and Hunt and Peck law office. With the help of the crime computer, use your highly honed skills to decrypt the identity of the heinous hacker. And we have 22 minutes to do this one. So where are we going to go first? Ty's clock shop. So we need a rocket clock, a mouse, a rooster, an Aztec clock, 3 ducks, a doggy clock, a banana and a crown. And again, I quite enjoy doing Ty's clock shop. I find most things fairly easily. I say that until we realise that I've spent ages here. Let's wait and see. But to my mind, I find things here fairly easily. So as you can see, I am right next to that other duck, but I think I am moving my recording software here, so that's why I can't quite see that other duck. But my mouse was right next to it. Oh goodness, there we go, I did find it. So we found everything here. Let's move on to Alice's Diner. So we need a butterfly, a fishing rod, closed scissors, a nutcracker, a hammer, a spool, 3 whisks and a pencil. I remembered where the fishing rod was this time. The 3 whisks again are fairly easy. So just a butterfly, a nutcracker, a hammer and a spool here. And again, I do struggle to remember where things are in this location, even if we've only just been there. I don't know why, I just struggle with this one. So this location could be the time sink, we'll have to wait and see. I still need 35 items. Found the butterfly, but we do have plenty of time. But I do find, again, in these hidden objects games, that I don't know about you, but there are some locations that just don't stick with me no matter what, and there are some where I can find everything fairly easily. You'll have to let me know if that's the case for you, if you play hidden objects games as well. And you'll also have to let me know in the comments, I know I'm asking quite a few questions, if you play or even enjoy hidden objects games. You'll have to let me know, because I have a few ideas moving forward on the channel, but I'm not going to do them if there's no interest in them. For some games I will do that just because I enjoy them. I know that's not really the right way to do YouTube, but it's the way I do it. I enjoy a game, I play it. And for some, I do want to know what you would like to see. So we are leaving and moving on to Pete's Pawn Shop. So we need 5 cameras, a pile of reels, 2 soda bottles, 2 ropes, a chess piece, a crown, a foot pump and a lantern. And I'm sure we have been here before in the playthrough. It's a good time to be doing this playthrough as well, sort of slap bang in the middle of spooky season, so that worked out pretty well. But we will definitely be moving on at 1.2 more Mystery Case Files games, like I said, and I'm very excited for those. Because in all truth, like I said, they are a lot more engaging than this one. There's a lot more to them. Still, I hope you are enjoying watching this and playing along, hopefully. So we need to go ahead and find the cameras and the lantern. One more camera and 1 lantern to go. And apologies if you can hear any traffic in the background there. There's not too much I can do about that one, I'm afraid. And again, my mouse is going all over the place here because this is me moving my editing software, not cheating. Trust me, if I was cheating, this process would go a lot quicker, wouldn't it? But I suppose it's fairly easy to cheat on this game, to be fair, because as far as I'm aware, the objects do not move from game to game. So you could research these locations online if you wanted to. I suppose you could do that, but I'm personally not doing that. Again, hopefully I'm proving that by how slow I am being. But I guess if you wanted to cheat and speedrun this game, you probably could, you know, to get to the top of the leaderboard. I'm not sure how many people are attempting to speedrun this game or even play it in 2024, however. So, we are moving on. We couldn't find the last two. 2 Hunt and Peck's Attorney at Law. We need a hat, a violin, 1 die, a hamburger, 2 pocket watches, a telephone, 5 bottles and a saxophone. And again, I think this is one of the locations that I am fairly confident in. I say that now, we'll have to wait and see. But I think this is the one where I remember where most of the things are. There's only a few, but the few I do remember tend to go by fairly swiftly. I can see a lantern in this one. Unfortunately, we don't need it in this one. We need it in the other one. That sucks when that happens. So we are looking for 1 die and a telephone. The telephone is fairly obvious, so hopefully I find that pretty soon. There's the die. And if you move over a little bit, there's the telephone. So we've found all of the items in this location. Let's now move on to Ivan's Cafe. Again, I'm fairly okay with this one. So we need a trident, a parking meter, a bone, feathers, a fountain pen, quill and ink, a wig and a scepter. And we are looking for 18 items. I suppose all of the locations are fairly easy once you start remembering where everything is. For some of them, I just can't wrap my head around them, no matter how many times I play. So we are just looking for a fountain pen and quill and ink here. And again, unfortunately, some time is spent faffing about, even though you can't see it, by moving my recording software. I need to figure out something I can do for future Hidden Objects games, because that is really going to get in the way. My bunny rabbit is currently drinking her water, so if you can hear a sound, that is what that is. You might hear some little squeaks, little happy squeaks in a minute. So I seem to be spending a lot of time on this one, a lot more than I thought I would have been, but we have found the quill and ink, so we are just looking for the fountain pen now. I figured I'd have spent a lot less time in this location, but never mind. So we are just looking for the fountain pen. I think I'm clicking on a pool cue there. It's definitely not going to be that. And there we have it in the chair, the fountain pen. So we've found all the items here. So let's now move on to the Science Museum. And I think this is the first time we're seeing the Science Museum. So we need a lizard, a bicycle horn, a croquet mallet, a vinyl record, a saddle, a walking stick, a mountie, and guess what? My nemesis, a frog. Now, I spent a bit of time trying to figure out what a mountie was. Of course, this is American, and we don't have mounties here in England. But I believe it is some sort of like mountain ranger. So you can see him down there. I don't know how long it took me to figure out that that's what a mountie was, but that's why that took me so long, if you were wondering. So we have just over 13.5 minutes to go. And we need 7 items. So not too bad. I don't think we're doing too badly. Again, the Science Museum is one that I don't tend to remember too much, so I do struggle in the Science Museum a little bit, but we're not doing too badly. So just a croquet mallet to find, and that should be fairly easy, because it should be a whopping great thing, but we'll see. Sometimes the sizes are not accurate in this game. But no, it is fairly big, there it is. So, we are going to go back to Pete's Pawn Shop. No, we're not. We're going back to Alice's Diner, where we need a nutcracker and a spool. We can use hints here if we would like to, because we only need to find 3 more items. So are we going to attempt to find them on our own, or are we going to use a hint? Which I suppose some people would call cheating, but I would say if it's built into the game, then it's not cheating. To a degree. So it looks like we are attempting to find them ourselves. But to speed things along, we could probably get a hint. But no, we did find the nutcracker on our own. So let's use a hint for the spool. And I still couldn't figure out what it was, what I was looking for. I can see it now, there it is. I could not figure that out for the life of me. But now we just need one more item, so let's head back to Pete's pawn shop. And we need one camera and a lantern. Are we going to try and do this on our own, or are we going to get a hint? It looks like we're going to try and find one of these on our own. And we did find the lantern. So we didn't need that final hint. So again, this is sped up times 3 speed. Hope you don't mind that, but it's just to keep the episodes running a little bit more smoothly. And I've forgotten the crime, actually. As I've been narrating this, I've totally forgot what this guy's doing. Oh, he's hacking people's emails, right? And if you look on the back of his laptop, you might see that familiar symbol. It is so windy right now as I'm recording this. This is insane. So with that, we have caught him. Busted. Well done, Agent Ember. You have cracked the case. Thank you. Let's see. It appears Eugene, I think that says Needlemeyer, is infiltrating inboxes to discover who's placing white tape on his glasses and stealing his pocket protectors. Oh, that's not too bad. You shouldn't be hacking, but your astonishing genius has justified your new ranking of sleuth. Well, if he's being picked on, let's not put him in prisoner. So let's move on to our final case of this episode, Case 8. Cat burglar. Frightened Huntsville residents suspect a cat burglar in their midst. The pet store and local residences have been the primary targets of daily feline disappearances. Follow the scent of the kitty crook by collecting clues scattered around town. Use the prodigious power of the crime computer to reveal the degenerate responsible for filching the furry fellows. Hurry, you only have a short amount of time before another pet is poached, and we have 22 minutes for this one. This is the most important one. This person is stealing cats. So, where are we going first? Ty's clock shop. We need a tie, a baby bottle, a hair, a pineapple, a doggy clock, a traffic light, a time clock, and 3 time signatures. Yay, we don't get to find a rabbit, but we do get to find a hare. That's fine by me. And I feel like time signatures would be a little bit tricky if you don't know what they are. I think most people probably know what a time signature is and what it looks like. I'm not sure. So on a side note, I studied music in college and university, then went on to do history, but I did study music. And I don't know how common knowing time signatures are, to be fair. I'm not sure. It's not exactly something you learn in school, is it? Or at least it wasn't for me. So, that one might be a little bit tricky. I'm not sure. I mean, saying that, I know what they are and I'm struggling to find them. So there, of course, we have the hare, which I incorrectly referred to as a rabbit in the first episode, but I do think I'm going to stick to it. That looks more like a rabbit than a hare. Never mind. And these time signatures are so small as well. So we still need a tie and a time clock, and I was struggling a little bit as to what a time clock was, because aren't all clocks time clocks, but it is that one because it is an old clock for work, like a checking in and checking out clock. But we have found all of the items here. So, where are we moving to? Let's go to Rudy's barbershop. We need a scythe, a snail, a dragonfly, a knife, a ball of string, a cheese grater, a handsaw, and a soccer ball. And the scythe shouldn't be too hard to find because it's massive. The soccer ball is what I would call a football, but never mind. So, as I say, this is our final case of this episode. So hopefully it's not too long. I do think it's a bit longer than episode 1, but hopefully it's not too long for you guys. I am aiming to get 4 cases done per episode. And if I haven't said in this episode, then the playthrough is only going to be 4 episodes long for Mystery Case Files Huntsville. I could have made the playthrough longer and shortened the episode time, but this is the way that I decided to do it, so here we are. How have you not found that scythe yet? I'm talking to past me. How have we not found that scythe? I tell you what. I'm ashamed of myself. Look at the size of it. Maybe I'm focused too much on finding the dragonfly, but how? If I have to use a hint to find that scythe, I will be furious. So we've found the dragonfly. The last thing we need is the scythe. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Look at the size of it. So we have found all the items in this location. So let's move on to the bookstore where we need to find 8 items. A violin, a toy horn, a pocket watch, 2 lizards, a briefcase, a snake, a skull and a bell. A snail, sorry, not a skull. A snail and a bell. I really apologise if you can hear that wind. It is insane. It's crazy. It's so windy. So just 1 lizard and a bell left. We have 18 minutes 20. No, we have just under that now. And again, this is me moving my editing software. I'm going to have to find a better way to do this for future playthroughs. I'm also debating a face cam for future playthroughs, so you'll have to see how that turns out. Now I can see the bell. I can't remember where the lizard is offhand. I can't quite see the lizard as I'm watching this back. Hopefully Past Me finds it pretty soon though, but I can see the bell. And there it is, just near the door. Just the lizard to find. And we did find it in the palm tree. So we found everything here. Let's move on to the art museum, and we need a hamburger, a dinosaur, an ear, bananas, umbrella, measuring device, drumsticks and a turtle. So we have the drumsticks. A hamburger. Again, I'm not that familiar with the art museum. We have an ear there. There's the dinosaur. There's the turtle. We still need 18 items. Again, apologies if you can hear cars going past. This is me again moving my recording software. Definitely need to figure something out for this. So we're still looking for bananas, an umbrella and a measuring device. I can't get over how windy it is. If you can hear that in the recording, I do apologise. So it looks like we're having a bit of a difficult time trying to find these 3. Maybe you've found them already? Oh, we found the umbrella. So just 2 more here. And just to reiterate, this is our final case of this episode. So hopefully it's not too long for you guys. But it looks like we are struggling to find these last 2. So we might be leaving in a minute. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure I can see them as I'm recording, to be fair. And I wasn't sure what a measuring device would look like. A tape measure or... just not sure. But there are the bananas, so we did find those. So 16 left to find. It doesn't help with the art museum that some of the stuff is not coloured well. So we're moving to the exotic pet store. Is it Paul's Exotic Pets? We haven't been here. So we need 2 elephants, 2 beetles, 1 bone, 1 caterpillar, 5 marbles, a pipe wrench, goggles and a ballpoint pen. And this is our first time here in the pet store for this playthrough. There's got to be a bunny here, hasn't there? I can see a bunny. I can see 2 bunnies. I can see 3 bunnies. We don't even need them, but I'm just excited that there's bunnies. I love how if you follow my mouse, I'm pointing out the bunnies as well, even though we do not need them. I'm just happy to see them. Again, the pet store I'm not too familiar with when it comes to this game. So I'm just trying my best. We still need 13 items, 12 now. So 1 elephant, 1 beetle, 5 marbles, goggles and a ballpoint pen. Unfortunately, there's lots of my worst nightmares here as well. I tell you what, if I went into a pet store and it looked like this, I think I'd walk out after calling animal cruelty. But is that a monkey? That poor monkey in a cage? I don't think so. But we must reserve judgment because we are looking for a cat thief after all. I get why they do it, obviously that's the point of the games, but I love hidden objects games where it's just random stuff in a bathroom, do you know what I mean? It's like, what is going on here? Obviously that's the point, but it still makes me chuckle. So we're still on the lookout for 4 marbles and a ballpoint pen. I can see a marble now as I am narrating this. I found the marbles really hard to find though, from memory. You'd think finding 4 marbles would be easy, but no. But there's one of them, and it's not the one that I can see. That's the one that I could see. So we're still looking for 2 marbles and a ballpoint pen. We have just under 13 minutes left to do this. Ten items left to find. Oh, someone's just got a delivery. Food delivery, I think. That sounds real nice. I'm hungry right now. I want a food delivery. So we're leaving here and we're going to the... No, we're going back in, eh? Nope. We're going to the tropical fish store. Our first time here in this playthrough, I think. Helmet, sea monster, anchor, steering wheel, bolt and screw, eggplant, tennis ball or television. Of course I call an eggplant an aubergine, but we found it. See, I know what that one is. Some of the American sort of translations I don't understand. I know what an eggplant is. So we have 7 items left to find. 11.5 minutes left to find them. And again, if someone's aquarium looks like this, I don't think. So again, we are looking for a sea monster, an anchor, a bolt and screw and a tennis ball. We just found the anchor. Sea monster could be anything, but I believe this is supposed to be a sort of reference to the Loch Ness Monster, if that helps any of you. If you are playing along, of course. So I didn't quite know what I was looking for sea monster. But it's the only thing left to find, so I was clicking a few bits. So looking back, wasting a bit of time here. That is it there. So we've got everything in the aquarium, I think it was called, the tropical fish store. So let's go back to the art museum. We only need a measuring device. No, we decided not to bother with that. So instead we're going to get a hint for the marble and the ballpoint pen. There's the marble. And are we going to get a hint for the pen? Yes, we are. There we go. So we have solved the case. Again, I am going to do this on ×3 speed. But this is our cat thief. What is he doing with those cats? So as you can see, he is wearing a cat... I was going to say cat mask. What's he doing with that? Has he made that cat into a clock? Is he stuffing the cats and making them into a clock? I'm fuming about this. Is he killing the cats? What is he doing? If this guy has killed cats, right, he deserves to rot in jail for a very long time. I don't think. I'm scared to read it now. Has he been killing cats? Look, that cat is stuffed as a clock. Is this Ty? I say I will not be going to Ty's clock shop again if this is the attitude he's got. Let's have a look. Busted. Yeah, you're too right, pal. Superlative sleuthing, Agent Ember. I'm not sure that's how you use that. You have caught Ty from the clock shop, stealing cats from the pet store, stuffing them, and selling them as clocks. I think not. His time as a free man has expired. I hope it has. I'd throw him in the river. Throw him in the river. Your mystery-solving skills have earned you the title of Shadow Master. And with that, that is our last case today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I say, this series will be in 4 parts, so I will see you